Tanzanian tribe speaks to nature. They are called the Hadza, but not all Hadza are born the same. Some are born with the marker, crescent-shaped scar behind the left ear, invisible to the living, but glowing red to the beasts. Their cries at birth are not heard by mothers, but answered by leopards, owls, and snakes. One such child was Naeku. She never spoke to her kinot, a word, not a whisper. She simply stared. But the animals? They listened. Birds brought her berries. Monkeys warned her of danger. Even the lions, those restless, kings lowered their heads in her presence, as if before royalty. The elders grew afraid. Her silence echoed old myths. They said she was a living relic, a ghost seed from the time before betrayal, when men and beasts were still one mind, one breath. You see, long ago, the Hadza were not just hunters. They were keepers of the language of bone and Bretha, sacred dialect that existed before time had memory. A language not spoken with lips, but with intention, vibration, rhythm. It was said that when this tongue was spoken truthfully, even mountains would lean in to listen. But when greed grew in men's hearts, they tried to use the language to enslave the animals to bind spirits, to capture power. So, the earth spirit, Nyambura, in her fury, cursed the bond. She ripped it apart. She declared, "Only one every 7 generations shall carry the voice of beasts. They will remind humans, not of power, but of penance." Naeku grew. She aged like mist over still water, never hurried, never loud. The people tried to forget her, but animals still came. Owls circled her hut. Wolves howled, only when she breathed. Then came the drought. Not a single bird flew. The animals fled. The forest was still. The land turned grey. One night, under the moon of broken horns, Naeku vanished. She left no trace, no scent, not even the dogs could track her. Some said she had walked into the mouth of the great baobab, never to return. On the third night, a wind blew that carried the stench of blood and honey. The drums in the elders' ears began to pound, though no one beat them. Children wept in their sleep. And then, she returned. Not alone, but with an army, not of men, but of hyenas, eyes glowing like coals, of hawks circling above like shadows, of snakes weaving through roots like liquid curses, and lions marching beside her like old generals. Her skin shimmered with gold dust. Her eyes shone red, one pure white were no longer human. She raised her hand, and with a voice that sounded like 1,000 voices whispering in perfect unison, she said just one word, whispers, "Return." But here's where it twists. The animals didn't attack. They circled the village, forming a perfect spiral. Then they sat. Every single one of them, they faced outward, not inward, as if protecting, not threatening. The people dropped to their knees. The ground began to rumble not from the beast's butt from beneath it. The trees trembled. From the soil, bones began to rise. Skeletons of creatures, long extinct mammoths, giant vultures, ancient jackals rose and walked toward her. She spoke again, this time only to them, and they listened. Then they vanished. Suddenly, she turned to the people. Her voice deepened. Her skin cracked like bark, revealing light beneath. She cried, "You silenced me. You betrayed the vow. But balance is not revenge. It is remembrance." And with that, she collapsed into a cloud of feathers, gone. Since that night, no one has seen her, but the forest grew back. The animals returned only. They don't behave like animals anymore. They watch, they listen, and sometimes, when a Hadza child is born under the wrong moon and speaks not for years, the villagers whisper, "Let it not be her again. Let the earth sleep a little longer." But when the wind howls strangely through the leaves, and the baboon on the hill looks at you, not like prey, but like a judge, that's her, Naeku. Still watching, still guarding, still remembering, and so the tale vanishes into the wind, but whispers still carry her name. What do you believe? Would you dare speak the language of beasts? This is Folktales of Many Tribes, where ancient truths echo and legends never die. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and tell us in the comments. Do you think Naeku was a curse or a keeper?